In the book Power versus Force by Dr. David R. Hawkins, he created a chart that outlines the level of consciousness and depending on the scale, from 0 to 1000, the lower the scale goes, reflects how these destructive emotions disempowers the human being, whereas the higher levels on the scale are associated with empowerment and life-changing qualities. Within the levels below 200, there are emotions like fear, anger, shame, guilt, whereas in the higher levels above 200, we will find acceptance, reason, love, unity, peace, and so on. At the top of this scale, levels between 700 and 1000 are associated with pure consciousness, unity, and self realization. This chart is often used to explore your internal emotional responses, to work on your personal growth and self awareness. Within this chart, forgiveness is placed within a value of 350, which links directly to acceptance. I want to take you a step further of your responses to the external stimulus, because this is going to help you shift from resistance to openness and peace. We often hear from many saying that the act of forgiveness, it helps you liberate the anger, resentment, fear, shame, etc., or guilt that you are holding as a consequence of an event that happened in your life. Whatever happened in your life just happened, and it doesn't have any quality, and you are the only one who's defining the event. What if I told you that there is something more deeper aligning your true self? When you shift to gratitude, you transcend the event. And transcending means stepping out of the ego and watching the events as they are. And by such, you're not trapped by your emotion or your emotional response. When you stepped out or you transcend and you look at something, whatever happened, or that someone that caused your suffering, and it's still causing it if you are still holding on to the emotion and you need to work in yourself. When we forgive, we are perceiving the event with a label of wrongdoing or a negative aspect that is impacting your internal being, and you are allowing the judgment root in duality. Forgiveness becomes an act of control of the ego. The ego is the one who's deciding to release that event or person from blame. While forgiveness is a step forward from resentment and anger, it's still keeping the observer subtly tethered to the emotional response, even when they are letting it go. Now, let's consider a different approach, one that transcends the ego from the control. When we shift from forgiveness to gratitude, we step out of the emotional entanglement of the event itself. Gratitude doesn't deny the existence of the event, but also doesn't judge as if it's good or bad. Gratitude allows us to step back and observe with clarity the events as such, and by the mere act of observation, it gives us the best lesson. It gives us the opportunity of having the awareness of recognizing when something or someone doesn't resonate with us. The event becomes your best master because it's teaching you how to align with your true self and how to vibrate in pure harmony with the universe. For example, if someone hurt you, your ego will come into play with the assumption of, yes, they hurt me, but I'll forgive them. However, gratitude shows you that the experience has an invaluable lesson that is recognizing when something does or doesn't align with your true self. And for that, the experience becomes the gift of learning who you are and your value. Gratitude doesn't mean that the observer is not acknowledging the presence or the existence of the event or the person, but allows us to realize that even in the most challenging moments, everything is part of the flow of the universe. When you vibrate in gratitude, there is no judgment and there is no need for control. There is no outcome desired. Gratitude is the outcome. So I've discovered certain practices in my day-to-day life that I want to share with you because maybe it resonates with you, and maybe it will help you shift from the ego to the realization that you are in control as the observer. You don't need to suffer anymore, disregarding on the external circumstances, because your responses to it will be aligned with your true inner self. And it's this: when you're coming across an event that is hurting you, take a moment to step back and look at the event just as a mere silent and unbiased observer from the consciousness, and identify how you are responding from your ego to such event. Now, when you're immersed in the situation, your body starts to vibrate in these frequencies, and you will feel them throughout. You'll feel them first in your stomach, and then it expands throughout. And then you come with a bunch of conclusions to justify how this person is almost doing it intentional, and how is this affecting you, because you are seeing the situation where you are the victim. When you are immersed in your emotion, you are losing control. And the more you lose control, the more overpowering the emotion becomes. And the longer it takes you to recover from the emotion. So when you step back to the observer, unbiased, still, and silent, this also allows you to step away from the overwhelming emotion that is taking over control of your body and your mind. It's not easy to step out of certain emotional responses. For example, anger is one of the emotional responses that holds you down for longer periods and lowers the vibration of your body quite fast. In the moment where you are immersed in your emotion, simply look at the event. Don't let the emotion resonate with you anymore, because you are not part of the situation. You're just a mere observer taking notes. And gratitude by far is the easiest way for you to reconnect with your true self, with your true vibration, and recover yourself from the emotional overload that you're experiencing. A good way of stepping out is just picturing in that moment something that you are very grateful for, that you are so grateful for that it will be more overpowering than the anger, the anxiety, the fear, the shame that you're experiencing in the moment. When you allow yourself to experience full gratitude, there's no judgment anymore. And it helps you to connect with your true self, with the observer. You detach from the emotional response, and you detach from the suffering. In the end, that's all you need. You need to vibrate in the higher scales of your true existence, in love, unity, self realization, awareness, peace. When you resonate in gratitude, you see things clear, and your judgments have dissipated in the ether along with your emotions. So, forgiveness is definitely a powerful tool, but gratitude takes us one step further in our search and our connection with our true self. This aligns us with the universal flow of love and understanding, and gives us the opportunity to recognize lessons even in the most challenging times. Try to step into gratitude as fast as you remember, as this is going to allow you not to forgive, but to transcend the event. And you're going to resonate with your true self, vibrating in love and the harmony of the universe. Keep shining your light. Until the next time.